I'm Marks coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy, CJ, Jared, and Joe, the Four Horsemen of Wrestling podcast for casuals turned Marks wrestling fans to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, Marks of all ages, are you ready? Because...
You know what? You just made the list.
And welcome to this week's edition of Marks for Life podcast. I am still your reigning, defending, undisputed Marks for Life podcast predictions champion. I'll lower it. How's that?
There's a lot of echo in that opening
is that better?
line.
Anyways, welcome to this week's edition of Marks for Life podcast. I am CJ. I am still your Marks for Life podcast predictions champion via tie.
I am deaf.
Via three-way tie.
Yes, very definitive win for CJ. Three-way tie.
Hey,
He had the pinfall. The foot was clearly under the bottom rope, but the ref didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He counted to three anyway.
It's just like a double counting, and the heel retains.
I am undefeated at Wrestlemania, guys.
Yes, but you were not undisputed. You were very much disputed. We'll give you the reigning defending, but you're definitely disputed.
Then why do I still have the belt?
I don't know. You got it, but it's definitely disputed.
I'm not disputing it.
Well, we are.
See, I had to be an asshole and pick Daniel Bryan. I probably could have won that thing.
You sure did.
You
Justice
really
got served.
look if you.
We could nitpick all we want, because I wound up changing to Brock Lesnar, and you wound up changing to Randy Orton. So at that point, I could have said to myself, "Why don't I just keep Seth?" Because did you actually think Orton was going to win?
I thought it was. I always thought it was a 50-50 thing.
Like if would we have allowed it if, let's just say, like you said, only if I could take Orton, and then I just would have said, then CJ, why don't you just take Orton just so we have a difference?
No,
you wouldn't have done that.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
Right, because I guess we were both changing. So it was
Yeah.
either we both. All right, so I guess it's pointless to me then.
It is pointless to you.
So the only other thing I would have done is I thought about Shane McMahon, but I never did. That was the only other thing I was thinking about.
So, as you can see, we're discussing the WrestleMania results. It was a long weekend, a lot of stuff. We're going to save TakeOver for the end because that was just a great time. Yes. We're going to go into the WrestleMania as well as the fallout from RAW and Smackdown. We can go into the Smackdown and Raw fallout afterwards.
The 77 injuries.
Oh, my
Superstar shakeup.
Dave Meltzer. Oh, before we get into that, Dean Ambrose apparently got offered a contract.
From who?
By
AEW, $6 million.
I don't think he's. From what I hear, he's not. He's not going anywhere. He's just.
He's just going chill. Yeah,
Like he's just gonna chill.
but
I
like
don't think he's
it's
doing
great
anything.
to see them like value him.
He's definitely worth being valued. He's not. I mean,
They also just gave Jim Ross like a huge ass ton of money.
Yeah.
to do like color. I hear.
And senior advisor too. So he's gonna be in like a backstage high position as well.
Yeah, he
They're
probably
like,
can't.
They're
do
like, here, this should
play-by-play.
offset all the JR's barbecue sauce that you had made and no one bought. So this should.
Not gonna
just
lie,
take
I
care of it.
kind of want to try the JR's barbecue just to see how it is.
Guys, let's stay on point here. I don't think we should be talking about that.
All right. So quick WrestleMania results. We have Tony Nese defeating Buddy Murphy. We have for the Cruiserweight Championship. We have Carmella winning the China Memorial Battle Royal. I'm going to go with X-Pac with how he said it. I like how he said it. We have the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have the Major Brothers, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder defeating the Revival to become the new champs. We have Braun Strowman winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have Seth Rollins defeating Brock Lesnar to become the new Universal Champion. We have AJ Styles defeating Randy Orton. We have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Usos retain. We also have... Crap.
Shane McMahon defeating The Miz.
Thank you. Shane McMahon defeating The Miz. We also have Kofi Kingston beating Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. We have Samoa Joe retaining the U.S. Championship against Rey Mysterio.
If you want to call that a match.
Bobby Lashley losing the belt to Demon Finn Balor. Triple H beating Batista. We also have Kurt Angle losing to Baron Corbin. Elias losing to John Cena. We have...
There's a huge one you're forgetting.
Yeah, I know. The Iconics winning...
There you go.
yeah,
That's
there
the
it
one.
is.
Yeah, the Iconics winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships in the Fatal
Pissed me
4-Way
off.
featuring Nia Jax and Tamina, Boss and Hug Connection, and Nia Jax... Oh, no. Beth Phoenix...
They're so big that they're twice.
Yes. Beth Phoenix and Natalia. And the women's winner take all main event. Becky Lynch is now Becky Two Belts, winning the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships.
And Roman Reigns beat cancer. I mean McIntyre.
Oh yeah, and that one.
Hey, there's also one other result you're forgetting. The entire WWE locker room defeated a man dressed as a Rasta at the Hall of Fame on Saturday when he tried to tackle Bret Hart.
Oh my God.
You call that a match? That was a squash.
Dash Wilder and Travis Brown were the main offense.
Followed up by Xavier Woods.
And Big E and Kofi Kingston and just about everyone.
Yeah, and did you say Seth Rollins beat Brock? Because Seth
I did say
Yeah.
Seth Rollins beat
All right,
Brock.
just
All right.
checking.
So
I think that's
You
all of
got
them.
that far without having it written down. I'm almost impressed.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I just forgot the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre because no one cared.
Never forget
How
Roman
does
Reigns.
no one care about that he beat cancer?
It's probably the only time he's ever going to get a standing O at WrestleMania.
You know he got booed.
You did get booed.
He got booed.
Yeah, according to Simon Miller.
Mostly cheered. but
I heard boos.
They were boos. Just bastards. Granted, they also booed the Doctor of Thugonomics, so I guess they just
Yeah.
had no idea what was going on.
I think they were just drunk.
Those were probably the kids that didn't know who Dr. Thugonomics was.
Boo, Roman!
John Cena's better. And then I will find every one of those kids and I will give them an RKO through the chair.
Did you hear about that kid that got suspended for trying to RKO his principal?
Yeah. Like the
And
principal
did you
fought
see
him
the
off.
video? It was like nothing. Like he pretended to jump. He lightly grabbed his head. It was like RKO, and the principal grabbed him and was about to make a fist. Like the principal went, and then the kid got arrested.
See,
Like, it was
AJ,
so
that's how you counter the RKO. Look at the principal Wallowitz.
See, WWE, that's how you book an arrest storyline.
Oh my god!
All right, so should we just go into what we don't like first?
I don't know.
It's a lot more of what we don't like, I'm sure.
I don't like the amount
Mixed
of
feelings.
matches. Like
Well, that was...
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
I
into
thought-
what we could have cut. Raw Tag Team Championship.
Well, hang on, because instead of just here's the thing, it's WrestleMania. Everyone has to get on the card.
no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
We'll do this all day. Everyone has to get on the card.
No, they don't.
Oh my god.
Instead of saying what we should cut, I say you have what you have to work with as far as what we didn't like. You can't just say, "Oh, maybe Joe and Mysterio never happened." That's we're not going to do that.
Oh no,
because
I would have totally made that happen.
That's Monday morning quarterbacking. We're just saying how we've got what we got. Now, how do we make this entertaining as possible from beginning
You
to end?
can't. You cannot cut people from Mania. You can't. Because I mean, look what happened to Sasha. Just because they hotshotted the belt, she might quit and she needs time off. You cannot leave people out unless there's just real deserving. At worst, you throw them into the battle royal. So my question is, how do you make WrestleMania more digestible by also making sure that everyone has at least 2 seconds in Mania? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, because it was long.
It was
super
7.5
long.
hours.
It's
Ended at
super long.
12:30.
We need intermissions or 2 days or something.
I think the intermission was the Cena Elias segment.
Well, yeah, but people got hyped for that. So I don't know what you do, because this is
Maybe I still think that there should have been certain matches that really should not have been on the card.
I don't see how you cut stuff though. I just
Triple
don't see
H
how
Batista.
that was big money though. I don't see how you cut.
Plus, it ended up being
Stuff.
Batista's retirement.
Yes, it was
match.
Batista's
Right.
last retirement.
I don't know how you cut it, because I mean, how many matches on the pre-show? 4?
4 matches on the pre-show plus
I mean,
another
13.
Yeah.
12. I think it's actually 12 or something like that. So I don't know how. I mean, let's talk about what idea, because you can't cut matches. You got to have everything represented. It's freaking Mania, and unfortunately / fortunately, this is the deepest roster WWE's ever had. It's not as top heavy as the Attitude Era. There's not as big names at the top, but it's definitely deep. There's a lot of good,
But back in the Attitude Era, they didn't put everyone on the WrestleMania card.
well, because people weren't as good as they are now. That's what I'm saying. It's a very
WrestleMania 2000.
It's a very deep roster. So I don't know what you do. I really don't know. It's tricky. I think you either split it 2 days, or you have like a legitimate intermission or something.
I think they should have honestly shortened that Triple H Batista match a little bit.
Or at least the entrances.
Well, you could definitely shorten matches for sure, depending on what they are.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
agree if Rey Mysterio was hurt enough to the point
They
where you
shouldn't have
to
had the
cut
match.
that. We should have just pulled him from the match and thrown somebody else in.
Or Ali.
See, I didn't disagree with that, because Mysterio wanted to put Joe over. We know he was half dead. He got his 619. Joe killed him, looked strong, and that's it. Like, I didn't disagree
But
with
Dominic didn't die.
that. Thank God. Thank God
We're
Dominic
gonna
was
have the
nowhere near
actual
this.
Dominic hanging from a ladder in the next
Yeah,
SummerSlam
thank God
match.
Dominic was nowhere near that.
I think that. I think the amount of multi-man matches might have hurt it too, because like I get wanting to put people on the card. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. If you're really gonna do that, throw him in the Andre, throw him in the China.
And that's what they did with a lot of people. There were a lot of good wrestlers where you're
But
just like,
why?
like Hardy Boys. Like,
Yeah, why
you
were the
put
Hardy
them
Boys in the Battle Royal and not the Fatal Four Way?
I mean, Ember Moon, Asuka, EC3, who I'm pretty sure was buried already. I mean,
EC3 was the first one eliminated.
Yeah, I know,
There's nowhere
like-
to go for EC3.
Like, what the hell? They just,
Apparently, he has a new manager.
Yeah,
Rockstar Spud.
Yeah.
yeah, boy.
I mean,
That's
he's
TNA
back to
history.
Derek Bateman status so
Yeah,
quickly.
like that was it's ridiculous. He just instantly got heat in the locker room, and he's just done. But
I
yeah.
digress. I think the length is a very huge issue, and I think it
Yeah,
is. I think it is a huge attribution to. They have too many people. They have too many people in the
That's what I'm
company.
saying. It's so deep. I don't
Well, that's
know
what
what you
happens
do.
with the brand split, where you have to put together, including NXT, you have to put together 7 hours of good television every week. So if you put 7 hours from one week into one show, that's how you get 7 hours.
Right, and that's the I guess that's the blessing of the and the curse of NXT, because they don't have a ton of guys.
Yeah.
But what they're able to do is they're able to have just 5 matches, make them really long, make each one tell a story, and just concentrate on
And
it,
even
you
NXT
know?
doesn't do that though. They don't do like battle royals that they don't get.
They don't need to. They don't need to just throw people in. They have what they have, and that's it. You know, they take their top people, they have their pay-per-views, and they divvy up a lot.
Should
of
they
time to
do
each
that
one.
with WWE then?
They can't because it's just too big. It's so big. I don't know what you do, because I don't have the solution either. I know
What
it's too
about
long,
what
but I
about
don't know what you do.
what about matches with like very little to no build up that were just thrown on literally on YouTube?
Well, a lot of because
Major Brothers get on the
you
card
throw
and
them on
win
the
the
pre-show.
titles
You throw them on the
every single
pre-show,
time.
and that's what they did. You know, maybe make the you can't make the pre-show longer. It's already so. I don't know.
Pre-show was 2 hours, 4 matches.
I mean, we really don't need the battle royals. I'm gonna be honest.
We don't.
We really don't need those. You could cut those, but then the negative is there's now 50 wrestlers not on the card.
sucks for them.
The Andre Battle
you can't
Royal,
do that.
It was obvious from the get-go that they had no
Direction.
They had no chance of telling any story
Strowman
beyond
was
Braun Strowman.
right. and
I
that was
really
it.
thought Colin Jost was gonna win for a second.
Yeah, like that.
I was like, what the like? This is how bad Braun Strowman
Like that's
is
what was
gone.
so funny. Like I said it to all to everyone. Like Joe wasn't going to take Strowman, and I'm like, Joe, it looks obvious because it is obvious. Like they don't have anything else.
But why?
Strowman's winning. He's big. Move on.
Why does Luke Harper just walk out with the rest of them? I'm like, there's Luke Harper. No.
Because he's Luke Harper. Only you value Luke Harper more than Seth Rollins.
Why didn't Ember Moon get an entrance in the women's match?
That's a problem.
Jared's like, wait, is that Ember Moon? I go, wait a minute.
See the amount of problems we found, and we haven't even gotten off the pre-show.
So yeah, I just because let's move towards the matches. So, but I guess the way to end it is just I think that they need to come up with an intermission or a 2-day event, something. A 2-day event would work.
I think you know what they should do?
What if they did the Battle Royals during the Hall of Fame weekend?
Or yeah, like during Access,
Something.
you do the battle royals, you televise them, and then the winners get matches on the card.
You got to split something.
They have to do certain
Especially
matches.
if you're going to have the Battle Royals be named after Hall of Famers, I think it would be good to have them go on.
China's not the official name, but
it's
gonna be
going to have
it's
to
the
be.
unofficial name.
Whatever
What
day.
is it, the Sunny Memorial Battle Royal?
Oh God! Whatever day you put Takeover as, excuse me, you like say it's Friday, Saturday, make that your standalone. Then the other day, yeah, you make whatever you could do. You could start it at 6, have there be matches from 6 to 8, have the Hall of Fame from whenever
Maybe
it
an
is, 8 to 11.
afternoon
Do
thing.
something
I think
like
that'd be
that.
really cool, like a 2 to 5.
However you could do, you have to.
So this way you don't interfere with the Hall of Fame
because you
stuff.
can't, and because I'm just thinking about it, you
Because you're
can't.
going to get another hillbilly Jim that has a 45-minute long speech.
Well, they're starting to do scripted. They're starting to script them a little.
Yeah, and a
bit,
writer got fired because of that.
Well, you're right, but I do think that because he praised Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon needs to be praised. But and I'm just thinking about it. You can't do an intermission, and because just think about it. Kofi ends right. You're exhausted. You have an intermission. Everyone's going to bed. By the time you get back out there, it's like all right, like Yeah, like everyone's going like
look at all the matches that happened afterwards. You had Batista, Triple H. You had Roman, Drew.
even
you had,
Becky. People were dead,
and
Kofi
that's what
ended-
sucked.
Kofi ended everyone. Like
Well, there was no way you could have balanced it where people would have been energized for the main event.
Yeah,
Because if you would have put Seth on last, everyone would have been dead. You would put Kofi on last, it's still 6 hours of wrestling. People
yeah,
still
there
would have been dead.
was just so much.
And the main event was just...
We'll get to it, but
Yeah.
the only way I really feel like is you got to split it. And let's see what they do. And I feel like we might get that because I think even WWE knows like, holy shit, this was
I
long.
think they're going to get some roster downsizing with all the people threatening to leave for AEW.
That's what I'm thinking.
and
I'm leaning
probably
towards
getting rid of the
roster
brand
downsizing.
Could be,
split.
definitely could be. If they get rid of the brand split, honest to God, WWE's screwed. I really, really, really believe that because you're just not going to be able to highlight wrestlers anymore, and there's going to be so many people left, and with AEW bearing on the throats, and we'll get to that. I just think it's a
They
really
barely
bad
spotlight
idea.
anyone now, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Bray Wyatt's
It's-
got a fucking puppet on his hand.
But that's what I'm saying. It's even worse. It's going to get even worse. I don't think people realize just how many wrestlers get time now. If you go back, oh, you're dead. Oh, you are dead.
Well, back then, like everyone earned their spots. It wasn't like everyone gets a payday. It's like everyone literally made the most out of their opportunity.
right. But there's still like because I personally am a big fan of the brand split because there's people that just will not get their day. You know, do you think the Iconics would have been, whether you agree with it or not, the Iconics wouldn't be champions right now if it wasn't for the brand split? No chance. No chance.
That
They
does-
probably wouldn't even be on the show.
But the problem with that
You
is
know?
that the women's tag belts get defended across 3 brands, so that's not even. But I can understand.
But you know what I'm
mean.
saying? Like, I'm not even talking about the belt.
Kurt
themselves.
Hawkins and Zack Ryder are the perfect
I'm just
example.
talking about right. Like these guys wouldn't even be like on Raw. You know what I mean? Like
Zack
they
Ryder's
wouldn't.
the Universal
They
Champion.
wouldn't even be.
Shut
I'm ignoring
up,
that. They wouldn't even be. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't even be
Yeah.
on the show if not for the brand split.
Yeah,
You
no,
know-
I get you.
I doubt
So-
Ali would be in as big of a spot he is now.
Right,
either.
like these.
Kofi would not-
You think Kofi would be champion?
No, I'm not saying
chance.
he wouldn't.
They
No,
would've
he's
get-
not supposed to be because Kevin Owens is supposed to be the one facing Daniel Bryan at
Dude,
WrestleMania.
you're
Joe,
just
shut up.
You're racist and butthurt. Shut the hell up.
There we go.
Kofi won.
We lost another
Justice
2.
is served. God.
All right. You know what? Let's go into the main card and like some of the results. Let's go into the results that we were not happy with in the main card.
Booking wise or match wise, like
The actual physical results.
Let's go with physical results. If you want me to go into booking, I think Seth Rollins and Brock was booked perfectly.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Well, okay. So are we talking about like how they won or just the winner? Like right now?
Both.
Okay. As far as the winners are concerned,
Iconics.
I said it to CJ. I didn't dislike a single one. I thought every single one was fantastic. I really did. If there was a winner that you didn't like, then it's work heat. Because there's not one where it's like I'm shutting my TV off. It's I'm going to tune in and watch someone kick your ass. And that's what I like.
I think that, look, I don't complain about the Iconics winning. I complain about Boston Hug
Yeah,
losing
they should've
so
lost.
soon.
Yes. They should
They should have held those belts until at least one of the summer pay-per-views.
But,
Yes.
And let's talk because now big news: Sasha Banks threatened to quit because they made that decision during Mania.
Yes.
Which is not right, and I do understand. It's honestly I see both parties in this because
it
it
happens
is
every year.
right. It is WWE. You need to things happen. There's things are changing.
Like Seth wasn't supposed to cash in at 31 until
Right.
they made that move.
Things get hot shotted, and I completely understand that. And you need to do that. But obviously from Sasha and Bailey's point of view, they want to build this up. This is the women's tag team. You want to build that up. So I see both sides. However, and I very seldom will I ever side with WWE, but I really feel like Sasha just needs to like take a step back for a second. Like this is WWE. We know how this works. Everyone, things move around consistently, and you're not above that.
I hope this leads to
That's
Sasha
just
getting
my-
a singles push.
I think,
I don't think it's just that the match got moved around. I think she's just annoyed at how she's been used in the last 3 months, and WrestleMania was just
I
a
don't think-
microcosm of
I
that.
don't
3
think she
months or
cares-
3 years?
I don't think she cares that. Like, do you think she's disappointed that she's tag champ? Like,
No,
she's
I
disappointed
think
with
I
tag-
think this. It started with them losing the belt so quickly, but I think it's deeply rooted in. Up until they won the tag belt, she's been booked like shit, and even
Look
now,
at her! Look at her
her and
championship
Bayley, right.
reigns. You know, she
And-
lost
and even-
every single defense.
And usually it was her taking all the punishment and Bailey getting the pin.
Yeah, I mean, right?
But
I
that's
see.
them book. That's between Sasha and Bailey. That's how they book it.
Right, like I feel like that once whatever she went through, because whether her finishes aren't, yada yada yada, how she's talked about so well, like through commentate. You know what I mean? Like people certainly put her on a pedestal whether she wins or loses, she's commentated very high. You know what I mean? Like she's definitely given her due as one of the top women. Like people definitely consider her that. Bayley's not. See, that's what's crazy. If there was a woman that should be angrier between Sasha and Bayley, it should be Bayley for sure. Sasha got through that feud. Bayley has consistently been treated like a joke, and now that Sasha left, Bayley got the Alexa Bliss treatment, because you knew Alexa Bliss was going to beat whoever it was for sure. And you give it to Bayley, you don't give it like Dana Brooke or something. That's terrible. If there was someone that should be angry, it should be Bayley for sure, for sure. I mean, that's just my opinion. So, but I think that Sasha, again, I think. If she was angry about things before the tag team, like how they booked whatever feud you want to call Sasha and Bayley, because it was disgusting, they get to their tag belts, and I think she was legitimately happy. And I think that, it might have been maybe the last straw. Like, she's just like, oh my God, you finally give me this belt, and now you do. Like, I see it. I understand it, but you're out of your element. You're out of your element. There's 10 times worse booking.
Do you think Sasha can do better outside of WWE? If given her release,
I think the women's, even though the women's division split up to 2 brands, it still feels totally. Well, now we'll see what happens, because everything for the last 3 months is focused on Ronda, Becky, Charlotte,
and now it's Becky Lacey,
right?
Which
I'm
I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying that.
I like it a lot, and we'll talk about that. I like it a lot. That's a great question you had there, CJ.
I have them from time to time.
No, but because I don't know.
Because Sasha made such a name.
She has such a
WWE.
mainstream character.
And not only that, her NXT, she is so over with the hardcore audience. Like, look at her time in NXT. Look, she is so over with the indie scene. And I think if she was to go to someone like AEW, because she's threatening to leave WWE, for those who don't know. She's threatening to leave. She just followed Cody, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega on Twitter.
Yeah.
And she made a big deal out of it. And if Sasha leaves, AEW is going to snap her up, and she's going to pull like an Alundra Blaze or a Medusa and just like go hardcore against WWE.
Right. The thing I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what happens. Right now, from what I heard, was she's getting about a month off. To contemplate whatever it is she needs to contemplate. Do you think? Do you think she'll come back? What do you think?
I think she has no choice.
I think
because
she's
of her contract.
Correct. I think she's coming back.
As to whether, but the thing is, I don't know whether or not that'll affect her attitude backstage to the point where WWE wants to get rid of her.
Well, also, because then no matter what, I mean, we saw what happened with Neville. No matter what, they're not letting you go until your contract is up. That's the reality of the situation. And I completely agree with them. With AEW bearing down, you're not letting anyone go until your contract is up. And I completely agree with that. Whether it's cutthroat for sure, but you need to be. And I'm curious to see if will Sasha come back and be part of it, or are they just going to Neville her and you're just done?
They could
you're
Neville
done
her
until your contract is up. Then you go wherever the hell you want to go.
What do you think, Joe?
I think she has the benefit of being best friends with 2 of the most over women in the company right now, and I think they will have a lot of pull. I think you could
with who are you referring to?
Charlotte and Becky.
Okay.
Are they friends, Charlotte and Sasha? I thought they legitimately hated each other.
Well, at least her and Becky are friends, and Becky's the top woman in the company right now. So Becky could get in Vince's ear and be like, "Hey, Vinny boy, Sasha's she's just angry, give her a chance."
Yeah, but they did the same thing with Roman and Dean.
Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to throw a couple things at you. One, never make that accent again. Ever. Not on the show, not in life. I don't ever want to hear it again. That's number one. CJ, have the mute button ready, because I think he's going to do it again. Do not do that again. That's number one. Hey, that's me, you jackass.
Yes, have that mute button ready.
Is that me? Wait.
Do you know how to work?
Do not know how to work this board.
All right, I think we got him. All right, unmute him. Okay,
so you're number 2.
That's good job, CJ. You're great at this. Well, that was Jimmy when you hit him. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is I don't even freaking remember number 2 because of your garbage accent. What were you saying, Becky? Right? Yeah, right. I don't even think Vince gives her access. Honest, like you could say
no one's above the company.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of how big Becky is, Sasha, you are out of your depths. Randy Orton got busted open by Brock Lesnar to the point where Chris Jericho was about to fight him. and Randy stayed, didn't leave. So, and I trust me, we know I hate Randy Orton. We know how I feel about Randy Orton. But for the love of God, there's 10 times worse that people have taken. You are not above this company. You're not. No one is. No one's above this company.
I think Sasha doesn't even have as much merit
Except Hulk
as
Hogan.
well. If it was Triple H running the company, that's one thing.
Right.
But it's not. It's Vince. And NXT is a completely different element than WWE. That's why we enjoy NXT a lot more.
But that's also why NXT is so small. You can be more personal.
Yes.
There is no way everyone gives WWE a bad rap for not being a personal. You can't touch everyone. There's just no chance. It is what it is. So
I also thought that didn't Vince not even like Sasha at first? His
really
golden goose was Charlotte. He never
His
even.
golden goose has always been Charlotte.
Exactly. It has never been Sasha. And we've seen that with her booking throughout the past 3-4 years.
Yeah, but kudos to him because when Sasha did get brought up, again, not Bayley, but when Sasha got brought up, she was, whether they were hot-shotting the belt back and forth between Sasha and Charlotte is irrelevant at this point. They were both in the limelight for X amount of months, X amount of years.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, if there was someone to have a gripe, my God, how's Bayley been butchered? And Joe, you of all people who's such a big Bayley fan, that's got to frustrate the hell out of you. She's the one that gets buried.
Wait a second. I think we all have different picks because I know Jimmy's favorite Sasha. If yours is Bayley, mine's Becky. I'm pretty sure yours is Charlotte.
What, between who?
The filler horsewomen.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte for sure.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh yeah. I love Charlotte. I think she's an amazing heel.
Wait, this makes sense if Jimmy's not here right now because Sasha's not here.
Right. There you go. It works out.
All right.
And Jared gets in, it screams at everyone, gets in everyone's face, very over the top, like, Charlotte's booking.
I get the belt.
Should I have the belt? All right, so here's what you do. Just hand me it, and then I'm Charlotte. With no work or anything. Just give me the
Becky
belt.
won at Mania, so that's why he has the belt.
All right, in about a month, just give me it. I'm going to go talk to Vince. Just give me.
I'm cute and lovable and love to hug people, so that's why I'm Bayley.
You're not cute, you're not lovable, and you do like to hug people, but no one likes to be
I like
hugged.
punching people in the face. I'm a very angry person.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Boston hug.
Please go away.
No,
Security.
it's not. It's the hug and flare.
All right, there we go.
All right, so put a pin in that. So that is what it is. But as far as the Iconics winning,
I'm not upset about them winning.
I'm not that upset about it.
I'm upset about a short title reign for an inaugural championship.
I'll give you correct.
Especially for two women that have been misused in the company.
Yes.
All right.
I think Iconics were the correct people to take the belt off. But again, I agree with Joe. SummerSlam would have been a great time to do it because these belts need legitimacy. Look at the Universal Championship. It is a new belt with no legitimacy whatsoever.
And who knows how long the Iconics are going to hold on to it.
But now
Brooklyn Bell's my guy.
Paige had something to say about two women possibly.
Well, she didn't say women. That's the thing I'm interested in.
Really?
Men?
No, she just said I have a tag team coming. She didn't say women's tag.
He's talking about the Iconics, so they're women.
I'm pretty sure they are, but we
I
can't
hope
rule anything
so.
out.
Sure, they're not men. What are you gonna do?
Pete Dunne and Walter.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Face that? Yeah, she was.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm not to face the Iconics. I'm saying she said she's bringing a tag team up. We don't know if it's a women's tag team to face the Iconics or if she's just bringing up a tag team.
Well, she was referencing the Iconics and.
I thought
the
she
Iconics.
was referencing.
She was completely referencing the Iconics. I mean, you never know, but she
Well,
was
Sky Pirates.
obviously referencing.
I'm going to throw
the
into it.
Iconics.
Sky Pirates. It has to be the Sky Pirates.
That's what I was just about to say. If you don't know, for those that don't know, in NXT, the spoiler alert, what occurred was in the last tapings, Kairi Sane faced Shayna Baszler, and if Kairi lost, she could no longer face Shayna for the belt. She can no longer fight for the title. And what wound up happening was Shayna was about to, I think it was injure Kairi's leg during the match, and Io Shirai ran down and tried to save her and wound up DQing Kairi.
See, I feel like that should lead more to a feud than a call.
Well, we're not sure because they made it. And again, I praise NXT.
They kind of went at each other in that Fatal 4 at TakeOver.
And again, I praise NXT till the cows come home, but it really is fantastic because the way they did it in the you have no idea whether they're pissed at each other or whether they're just going to take their ball and leave. No one really knows.
They literally taped 2 results for Velveteen Dream Johnny Gargano to see who was going to win the North American Championship.
It's so good. So we really don't know, but obviously if there's 2 people that Paige is looking for to take that titles, I mean, who else could it be? But we'll see.
Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley.
See,
Go
but they,
full Brit.
See, but they gotta stay UK though. They gotta stay. I mean, they gotta
The
just.
fabulous Moolah and Mae Young.
I'm moving on. All right. Another possibly controversial match is Baron Corbin beating Kurt Angle. What do we
No, it's
think?
not controversial. I hate it.
I love it. You're getting worked. If you hate it, you're getting worked. Let me ask you: when Corbin's on TV, do you shut your TV off? No, you don't.
He wasn't even
No,
on
I
TV.
just changed the channel.
You're full of it. You watch because you text me during it. You're full of it.
It's not true.
You're full of crap. You watch and because you want him to get creamed. You are worked. Just admit it and move on. You're allowed to hate him, but don't act like it's bad. He is the top heel in the company.
He's also the most overrated heel in the company.
Who rates him that way, though? Not us. We don't rate him that way, and he loses more matches than he wins. The only things he does is just talk in the limelight and get his ass kicked almost always. He loses more than he wins. Does he not? He loses more than he wins. He is the best heel right now in this company because people are coming to murder him in his home.
Didn't he beat Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio with the deep six, not even the end of days?
Well, I
No,
don't know
no.
about Rey Mysterio.
Baron beat Kurt Angle with the end of days.
Well, yeah,
No,
Baron
he didn't
beat
with the end of
Kurt
days after the match. He beat him with the deep six. So
No, he
remember, you
didn't.
texted me saying, did Baron Corbin
a few
beat
months
Kurt
ago.
Angle with
That
the
was
deep
yeah,
Oh, a few months
upon
ago. This.
Oh, no, I'm not saying this time. I'm saying in general.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once he beat him. Yes, once. No, he wins sometimes, but he loses more than he wins for sure. I mean, for God's sakes, right after he won, he got put in the ankle lock and creamed. So
Only for Lars Sullivan to break Kurt Angle.
Would it have been better if, unfortunately, Lars had the fucking anxiety?
Yeah, attack John Cena at a live event. Okay, now go fight Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. Huh?
I don't know. In all honesty, it makes the most sense to have Baron get the top heel heat.
100%.
I'm just trying to think of someone better to have gotten the heel heat than Baron, because Baron already gets top heel heat.
On Raw, there really wasn't
but that's the thing,
much
though.
who could. If it's a SmackDown, you could have given it to Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe would have been a good one.
He wasn't getting top heel heat. He was getting just like you're a dick. Like just like
Hold on,
like,
wait. All right, keep going.
What?
I think that was him looking for a drop.
He needs to be a strong dick.
There it is.
Thank you. Wow, you made that a bump? I feel so loved.
Jimmy made that a bump.
That's
I'm still
fantastic.
waiting for my bump.
That's fantastic.
Which one's mine?
You don't get a bump.
Jackass.
I am a bump.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
He should have gotten the heat over Baron Corbin.
So what Corbin was just treated like you are just so annoying. Like that's what he was. Now he's like, oh, this pitchfork's coming to your home. Like, where do you live? What's your address? And I love it. I love it.
That should have been Charlotte at Mania. Just have her win the main event.
I love
and
it.
Just have all hell break loose.
I want Corbin getting a belt. I love it. I really do.
He's not getting a belt.
Oh, he might.
This is how Seth Rollins' title reign ends.
I
With
love
Baron Corbin.
I love it so much. It's so great. People are going to be so angry, and I just love it so much. It's great. To me, I love it.
I have a question. Does Baron Corbin look like Lars Sullivan's like anorexic, like druggy brother?
No.
It's just because he's bald. That's the only reason
it
I'm
has a
saying
beard.
that.
We're not continuing this conversation any further.
Baldy Baron Corbin.
If there was the way I would have booked the entire like Angle, Undertaker, Cena, all that stuff was I would have had Cena. I would have had Angle beat Corbin, Cena come out, Cena put Angle out on his back because that's how Angle wanted to go. Then you have Undertaker come out, interrupt Elias.
He wanted to be American Badass at Mania. Why didn't we do it?
Because no, that's why. We had the moment in the sun last year until Kid Rock said naughty things. Now on Raw, I would add Cena Thugonomics then, because then you get everything. You get Undertaker, you get Thugonomics, and you had Cena come out. But what we did get was Corbin gets Ultra Heel Heat, Thugonomics, and we get Undertaker. It's not that bad.
I mean, it seems like they're setting up for Undertaker Elias.
They are. It's 100%.
Saudi
what's
Arabia,
coming.
yeah.
Oh, it's 100% what's coming. Undertaker
Guitar
will
on a pole match?
Undertaker will beat him in 7 minutes. Try not to break a hip. Let's move on.
Saudi Arabia is the perfect place for the American Badass because they're living in the 90s anyway.
Joe, it's done.
It's
Move
never
Technically,
done.
American
He wants
Badass
one
was
more run.
like 2001.
Let's just break
So it
down
wasn't even
what
the
you're
90s.
never getting. You're never getting American Badass. You're never getting the Bludgeon Brothers.
Here's the thing. I don't think
It's-
Kid Rock.
I think I deserve at least one.
You're not getting them.
I think Kid Rock won't go to Saudi Arabia. They're therefore, we will not get American Badass Undertaker.
We can let Limp Bizkit go to Saudi Arabia.
I don't
No.
think they want to go to Saudi
It's
Arabia.
done.
It's
Leave
not
it.
done. It's the perfect place for it.
We're wondering.
For God's sake, they requested Yokozuna last year.
We're wondering if Undertaker even shows up without busting a hip or a leg, and
He's
you want him to reprise a character?
He is in incredible shape for a 54-year-old man.
Okay, he also has 2 dead hips, and when he takes spears, like he's going to explode.
Well, we don't want him walking to the ring. It's going to take a year and a half, so that's why he rides the bike.
He's gonna
vroom, vroom.
He's gonna fall off the bike. Move on.
I'm
it's
never
dead.
moving on. The American Badass needs one more run in the sun.
Oh my god.
So wasn't it great that the Demon Balor squashed Lashley?
Well, that's how it had to be.
All right, there we go.
yeah,
there
I
we go.
like
We
it.
changed the topic.
See,
No,
I
we didn't
like
change
that.
time because American Badass is coming back.
I'm getting a Baron Corbin shirt.
Get your Cape Rock shirt and burning it.
I'm gonna be the only guy in the entire arena. People are throwing shit at Corbin. Yeah, Corbin.
And then they'll start throwing things at you.
I love it.
I'll be one of the ones throwing things at
Corbin and Charlotte, baby, to the moon.
I'm
Oh my
I'm
God.
sticking with
That-
Kofi and Becky.
That's a mixed match challenge tag team if I ever seen
Oh
one.
my god.
Baron Corbin and Charlotte. Oh, wow, they won the first round, and there are riots outside the arena.
I love it.
All right. What else did we not like?
So I guess mine's Bailey and Roman then.
I'm going Becky Kofi.
I mean, I'm just a dick.
Yeah, you're the dick
There
in
it
the
is,
room.
wait.
I'm
He needs to be a strong dick.
Yeah.
You're
the
very
dick, you're
limp.
the dick. I'm the optimist, and CJ's the annoying plucky one. Because that's what Kofi and Becky
But
represent.
isn't the Optimist also annoying and plucky? Look, you both suck. I'm the
But I have championship belts.
Oh my god, here we go.
I beat cancer.
On a triple.
Joe, that's not.
Wow.
Is that not how that works?
I feel like just flat tired.
Hold on. This is what we have to say,
Paul, say something stupid.
and that's Joe.
I'm Paul Heyman. I'm good with that.
Yeah, but I'm the Jew. Shouldn't I be Paul Heyman? All right.
CJ's loud enough to be Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have the voice. You have the religion. You have the weight. What does Jimmy have?
The hairline?
he's Kevin Dunn.
The hairline.
Oh my god.
This is how we get kicked off the podcast.
It hasn't happened by now.
So, the 2 biggest negatives for me, because again, I didn't dislike any of the actual
They're looking at us.
people winning. I didn't dislike
We're
any
being
of
stared at by
the
old
actual
men.
people winning. What I disliked, the 2 biggest ones were I thought Triple H Batista was terrible. I really
Well,
did.
what did you expect at this point?
A little more.
They made it
Just a
no
bit.
holds barred so you can cover the fact that it was two
It
50-year-old men
it
fighting
went
each other.
downhill after
It
they
was
pulled
so
the
bad.
nose ring.
And I
Like,
don't blame. I actually think Triple H was really good.
yes,
I really did. I thought Batista was.
he tripped getting
awful.
into the ring.
He was so
I think
bad.
that should have been the bad sign from the
How
beginning.
much of an excuse can we give him from because number one,
The fact that
he's
he's a 50-year-old man that has been in the ring in 5 years.
I don't care, Joe. He's in. Triple H was a million times better. He was nothing. He was trash. Kane is better. And
I don't know about
Sure,
that.
Batista.
Kane lost his mask during a top rope
Batista
spot.
put both his knees up on the pedigree. It was he was so bad. And okay, he's 50, but you know that he's in the match. You're doing a match and you're billing it a certain way. And I mean, you have to. If it's a money match that's 25 minutes long, you can't just be like, well, he's 50. You got to give more than that. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's just
I
my opinion.
think that this match is just there just for hype. I don't want to see Triple H anymore on the WrestleMania cards. I think I'm done with that.
I would have been fine with Batista winning that match and just ending Triple H's
I
career.
wouldn't have
See,
been
I disagree.
Batista.
I think because you watch the match. Would you if Batista won?
Triple
you
H
just-
needs to go down to NXT, challenge Johnny Gargano, and put his career on the line at the next takeover.
Oh my god!
And lose it.
And
in
lose.
in a 5-star match.
I think
I
that
just-
would be great.
Triple
actually.
H fights once a year at Mania. Sometimes he wins. Most of the time he loses, and we move on.
He really does
now
have a
now
bad
he
win-loss
fights 3
record.
times a year because he's going to fight at both Saudi events probably.
Well, I don't even count those because that's just the amount of money you get. As
Yeah.
far as it's concerned, he fights once a year. It's at Mania. Most of the time he loses, and most of the time it's good enough for me to be like, keep going. He's not bad enough. He's not bad enough yet. Between all of them, between Triple H, Undertaker,
All
Shawn
of 'em.
Michaels, Batista, all these guys. Triple H is the one that's still the best in the ring.
Well, Shawn is retired. Like that was.
But I'm just saying, like it's the reality of the situation. He could definitely still go,
I think
or good enough to keep
all right.
going.
And let's go to the elephant in the room.
Joe?
Besides Joe.
Oh, okay. Joe, put your thumbs down.
So no.
Nah, the triple threat. I think it was a chore. It was a good chore, but it was a chore.
Nope.
This is the first time in a while that I've fully agreed with Dave Meltzer on a star rating.
It's the first time that
There was one I really disagreed because he gave the Miz and Champion 1.75. I'm like, that's a little bit better than that.
That was probably my second favorite match on the card, to be honest.
That was like a 2.5 to 3 star match.
That was
I'd
a
say.
great match. It was just not technically good at all, so that's why.
But then again, if you're giving the main event 3 stars, you can't give Shane and Miz 3 stars.
Yeah. Was it 3 or 3.5?
3.
3.
No words.
I said it to you guys in the group chat. It felt like there was another gear that maybe the botched finish didn't let them get to, but it felt like there was more there.
Well, let's talk about things that were unavoidable. Ronda breaking her hand.
Yeah, that was
The amount of time they had to work with, given a 20-minute entrance by Triple H.
These are the things.
and a 25-minute match.
These are the things you can't do anything about those things, and I do recognize that. And I don't blame the superstars at all.
And I think the botched finish is also something that kind of we really can't, couldn't avoid.
Neither could the ref.
The ref, right? From the ref's point of view, when I was talking to CJ about this before the podcast, this ref has basically been tasked with, okay, this is the main event of WrestleMania.
The first ever women's
main event of WrestleMania, which Becky needs to win. Because if Becky doesn't win, MetLife will burn to the ground. Now you add several botches, a broken hand, and a roll-up finish. And you want him to call this. You want him to keep it. Once he sees any part of a shoulder in the match, he's like, I'm counting this so I don't die.
I think that
I don't blame the ref at all.
What I didn't like about the match is how there wasn't time to breathe. I don't sure if you guys felt that way, but I felt like it was balls to the wall from start to finish, which in certain cases can be good.
Well,
especially in
the way me and Joe were feeling was we were tired.
That too.
But at the same time, we were like, okay, this is November, so December, January, February, March, April. This is 5 months.
If you don't want to include SummerSlam.
Fuck, God, it's even worse than it's 8 months. 5 to 8 months of booking. Good, bad, ugly.
Actually, no, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna go a year.
All right.
This has been going on This has been in the works for a year.
This is all right. It's true.
Since Charlotte was born, this has been in the works.
Yeah, right. Well, that's semantics at this point. It has been a month, maybe a year of culmination. Good booking, bad booking, ugly booking, a lot of booking, a lot of TV time. X, Y, Z, Q, and ampersand of different types of things that we had to sit through to get to this point. And this is what you give us? Now, botches, there's nothing you could do about. Breaking a hand, there's nothing you could do about. But this is how we move on. This should have been a culmination. Who cares if Ronda's still strong? She was leaving anyway. If Ronda tapped out to the disarmor on an amazing 25-minute match, would anyone have cared?
No.
Not me.
This was like the first. It felt like the first chapter of
Yes.
something that's going to happen.
And
in the
that's
future.
so not. And I don't think that's not how.
Let's
it should
look
have
at
been.
first chapter feuds in the past couple of years. AJ Shinsuke,
I was just about to say that's what I look at here.
Cena Rock.
Cena Rock.
These are things that should have been one and dones, but weren't.
Batman, Superman.
Well, yeah, I guess.
If you want to go that way.
It's just, I was so, yes, Becky winning is fine. And a lot of people don't really care about the match because they consider the finish the most important thing. And it probably is. From my point of view, though, the amount of frustration that we had to go through, all of the stuff that they did, and Asuka losing the title, you made this so big, whether people thought it was or didn't think it was. WWE.
Do you think our
gave it their all.
expectations were so high that anything less than pure perfection
I think
would have
I think they
made
built
frustrated?
him up to be that high.
That exactly. That is the point. Whether we thought it was or didn't think it was, this is what WWE made it seem like. This is WWE wanted us to be like, this is the creme de la creme. And from watching TLC and Evolution, We were not made to think any other way.
If we got-
they built
and
this
the
up like
Rumble.
that. Remember that Cena Orton match a few years ago to unify both belts? It's
Yeah.
like this is the biggest match in WWE history.
Yes.
If
and for you to do this, oh man.
The way they were building this up was
Do you
like,
think this should have been a one-on-one then if we were going to get something like this?
No. Well, no. I don't disagree.
I think the triple
with,
threat was the big money match.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't disagree with the triple threat. Just what the.
They made this seem
So
like
disappointing.
slam dunk 5-star match.
Yeah.
Like there was no way this could go wrong.
It'd have to be. I wasn't looking at 5. I was looking at the best match of the pay-per-view. I don't think that was too
Or
much. to
one
ask.
of the best, at least.
Well,
one of the
top
best.
2. I mean, if you want to say Kofi Bryan, because those two are probably the most technically gifted people that got brought
And their
together.
story was
you
amazing.
You want to call that number 1? This should have been second, and it wasn't.
It was probably like 4th.
I mean,
I thought the Usos were better.
I
put Styles Orton above it. I do.
I did. Yeah. I think those two are above it, and that's the unfortunate part about it all.
I mean, I put Shane McMahon Miz above it. I do. I thought that was a great match with a great finish and a great spot, and it did its job completely.
Yeah, but if we're defining a match just by great spot, great finish, and then
Well, there was no great spot. I didn't. Where's a good spot?
They
in that
botched
triple
the
threat?
one table spot in the match.
Everything
did.
went bad. There was no good spot. There was only.
I
there
remember
was only
one
the right
really
person
cool
winning.
spot. I don't remember how it happened, but you just see Ronda come out of nowhere, use Charlotte as like a launching pad, and just straight up kicks Becky in the face.
It
which-
was just
that
fun.
stuck out
I
to
mean,
me.
Yeah.
If this was a triple threat match that was happening like Fast Lane
Backlash.
or Backlash or like some B show pay-per-view, then we'd be like, okay,
This
fine.
was the culmination of so much stuff.
It's the biggest match in women's wrestling history. It's the biggest show of the year.
It's the most important match in women's wrestling history, and this is.
But the thing
this
is,
it.
Vince liked it. According to Becky, Vince enjoyed the match. So,
All right.
so
Good-
if they
good for
impressed,
Vince likes a lot of weird stuff.
no, but if they impressed Vince, they're gonna get more opportunities in the main event,
Well,
which
they
would
should-
be good.
Well, I don't blame the wrestlers at all here. I blame the booking fully.
I blame the
because-
booking. I blame the lack of time they had.
Right, which is again,
You
this
could
all
have
goes
shaved
back to
5
booking.
to 10 minutes off that Triple H Batista match, and this would have benefited from it.
100%.
And who knows? Maybe there was another 5 to 10 minutes there that the referee counting erased.
I say shave off 10 minutes from just Batista Triple H as a whole. We did not need the Mad Max entrance like crazy. We did not need that at all.
cool though. Triple H.
The build-up was stupid.
Triple H needs a big entrance. That's just his thing. It was too long. I'll give you that. But he
It
does.
was-
he-
it was
he
as
does
long
need a
as
big
the
entrance.
match.
He does it. Once I saw Batista trip when getting to the ring, I'm like, oh, this has to be short. We're in trouble, and we were. So I'm just. It's a shame.
You could have cut the dance break. That 7-second.
Why?
It was more like a 15-second
It's like a
dance.
30-second dance. Well, there was no. It was just there were a lot of things that went wrong.
Apparently,
And-
the amount of time spent on matches was less than half, and that's what's really bad about this.
Yeah.
It was like 3 hours of actual matches.
So
It-
and that's a pay-per-view. That's like a small pay-per-view.
It is what it is. We have to move forward. It's one of the most disappointing matches that I've ever seen, and I
think now that we got here, we're done.
right.
It's
exactly.
done.
The right
Becky-
person won.
The right person
Let's
won.
just move on.
She's in a great feud with Lacey Evans.
That's the thing.
But here's the thing:
Lacey's good.
Lacey's gimmick is all around being a lady and doing what the man can. So, if she's like still a lady versus the man, I think that's just great.
That you're right. And she's good. Like people,
Yeah.
People. I again, I have no idea why she was getting the Eva Marie treatment because the thing with Eva Marie is she's actually not good. Lacey's good. Lacey's not bad.
Emmalina is good. Emma's good too, but she got that treatment for 2
no
months.
one wanted to see her do that. They just wanted to see her kick ass.
Because she can.
Yes.
She's actually good.
She's really good.
So when you finally see her and
she freaking blasts Becky in the face.
That was
twice,
so much fun. I
it's
love
very
it.
good. It's very good.
I'm excited for this feud going into Money in the Bank.
It's they're like polar opposites. Becky's like the working class, like gritty,
Right.
swears, like she's very
The man.
getting her hands dirty kind of thing. And Lacey's like, I'm a lady, pish posh, and it's gonna be
Southern
Yes,
Belle.
it's gonna
But
be
the thing is, she's scary though, because she's like a Marine. She's a
6'1"
former Marine.
or something.
She looks like Charlotte.
she
she
has that.
looks
I
so
love
Charlotte
Becky's response. I think they have a type.
Yeah. So
I think this is going to be good for Becky's title reign. I think it started off. It was a very difficult road. It was a very difficult match. But now I think her legacy is going to be. Right now, she's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't
Look,
know.
winning the first ever main event.
Think that way, but well, that's the thing here. There is no ballots. That's number one. Let's get that
All right.
completely out the way. There is no ballot.
This does cement her legacy.
Vince chooses whoever he wants, whenever he wants, so he is ballot.
This
So
does
that's
cement
number
it, though. Like, she's up there now.
Oh, she's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. But Becky, I think no matter how we look at it, this is how it starts. The journey as she's the champion will define her legacy, and this is what everyone's going to be looking at to see if she can.
I mean,
I
want to move
she
on.
budged into it. Let's see what she does.
I want to move on. Like I don't want to rehash this triple threat match. It's just a shame that because the reality is, in a perfect world, that is her shining moment in her career.
Yes.
It is. I mean, and we don't know what's going to happen. Comebacks, things, matches.
Yeah, but they're
we
going
don't know.
to go back to Becky Charlotte at least once, and they're definitely going back to Becky Ronda.
I just that should have been the shining moment of Becky's career. It should have been. And we have to move forward, and she will get more moments, but and is Evolution really being the shining moment that bad of a thing? No, because that was a great match. But it's just disappointing. But it looks like we're heading towards a good feud, a new feud.
Yes.
It looks like Charlotte and Ronda are taking some time off, which they both need to do for many different reasons.
Ronda's going to get her hand fixed.
They've both been through a lot.
She's going to go find that robot in Star Wars and get her hand fixed.
It's good. I do think it's all right. So now
Charlotte's going to get that Andrade dick.
Yes.
Yeah, they're engaged.
They are?
They
They're
are.
engaged. I saw that online.
I thought it was just Zach and
I thought they were just
Chelsea.
Dating. I thought they were just dating.
That's
No,
what
I've heard rumors
Oh.
they might be engaged.
Oh.
Speaking
my
of
God.
things, there is apparently rumors of a new WWE couple. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, there's pictures. There's pictures.
That's crap,
Yeah, I
man.
think I did read that online.
No way.
Let me pull
The
it up.
two champions is no way. There's no way.
There's a way.
New power couple.
There's a lot of power.
Becky
Seth
three
and
belts?
Becky versus
Becky 3 belts.
Seth and Becky versus Triple H and Steph.
Oh my God.
I'm okay with that. All right,
almost
so let's
said-
go
I
into
almost
the
said
great
something
match
awful.
on the
Let's
card.
go into the good stuff here. I want to save Kofi Bryan for last.
Okay.
Because that's
AJ Randy, solid feud, solid
very
match.
solid, very solid. A lot of people were disappointed by it because I think they just wanted a little more spots. I thought it was very good. I really did. The two of them, I thought they had some good chemistry. I thought it was a good match.
I liked how AJ kept. I liked how he kept avoiding the RKO.
And he kicks out of it.
Yes.
Which I thought was great. And then, because the thing that's so great about what Randy does is the RKO really does come out of nowhere. Well, even though it's not out of nowhere, everyone sees it coming. But whenever anyone goes in the air at any point in time, you're just like, is it now? So when Joe and I were watching and Styles sets up for his phenomenal form to end the match, I'm just like, oh God, it's either a phenomenal form or he's catching for the RKO. Oh God. And so... And that's what was so good, because you really don't know when it's coming, because he could hit it at any point.
So why he's a great wrestler.
I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I can't see it.
It's like a black light.
Nope, fake.
It is not fake.
Fake.
I mean, AJ Styles can get a good match out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton is, one of the better workers in WWE, right, Jared? I mean, he's way better than, anyone in Sanity.
Like Killian Dane or
Or Eric Young.
I will burn this building to the ground. I will burn
Killian
it
Dane
down.
wasn't even in the Andre Battle Royal.
Any hoodles. So that was a good match. The
Fatal 4-way
Smack-
SmackDown
yeah.
tag.
That was-
That
Wow.
was great.
So good.
I'm mad though because I'm so mad. Like I'm happy that
sorry
it
to
happened.
hear that.
No, because all right, next SmackDown, Usos dropped the belts to the Hardys.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we get that at Mania?
Because I honestly think
I
that
would've
they
taken out
wanted
the bar.
to give the Uso. No, I would have taken out Rusev and Shinsuke.
Oh yeah, they were in that.
Yeah, I would have taken Rusev
Wow.
and Shinsuke.
Yeah, absolutely. They
The
were.
bar could take the pin, sure, but Rusev and Shinsuke need to be out of
I
that
mean,
match.
if this was a perfect one, I take out Rusev and Shinsuke. I take out the bar. I put in Sanity and the Hardy Boys. But the Sanity's getting released in a matter of months, and that's just unrealistic. But I definitely would have put in the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
They should have had that Mania moment. But
It should have been
guess.
Hardys versus Usos.
It should have been a single tag team match.
But the other thing is, I feel. Isn't this the first time that haven't the Usos walked in with the belts a bunch of times?
Okay, they
Last
say
three-
three
last
times,
3
but they
years.
only defended it twice because the
But either way, this is the first time the Usos have actually gotten
A
a
win.
main card spot
And
with
won.
the belts and won.
In a great match.
So in that sense, I get that.
Yeah.
And then so maybe that does make sense. And then you have the Hardys take it off. So it's like, all right, I guess
It's
I
to
get
keep
that.
the Usos, but I don't know.
I guess I get that.
I feel like it was kind of a reward for the Usos for like extending their contract
Right.
and showing loyalty to the company.
They finally get this moment, and then they lose it. I mean,
One shining moment. Sorry. I was gonna do it during the back.
Joe has been muted, just in case you guys want to know.
I was gonna say that in the Becky segment.
He's been muted again. All right, Joe, we will unmute you if you learn your lesson. CJ, unmute him. You could do it. Have you learned your lesson?
It's not so fun, is it?
All right, he probably hasn't learned his lesson, but this will at least keep him at bay for at least a minute. Anyways,
Trying to formulate the best response.
he's got a notepad. What the hell are we talking about?
Usos, Hardys.
Right, yeah, that. Hardys are good. They're well liked. They're still really good. Matt Hardy's probably in the best shape of his life.
Yes.
He's pulling out all the retro attires.
I'm loving the retro attires. I think it's
I'm just
great.
waiting for version 1.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Are you a Mattitude follower, Jeff? Matt, what the hell are you talking about? We're tag team
Can we?
champions.
All right. I've been wanting to talk about this. Kofi Daniel.
Wow.
I think it's probably the best match that WrestleMania has seen for like the past 5 years.
I'd have to think hard about it.
The last time I felt this much emotion and happiness was with Daniel Bryan.
Right. Well, yeah, there's so many. That's what was so great about this. They were able to call back so much from WrestleMania 30. It
Yes.
was so great. Just from the B plot, from everything, the underdog story, the corporate, everyone against him. And it was Bryan giving it to. So great.
It was
so
full
great.
circle.
One of the best storylines in years. One of the best WrestleMania matches in years. And Joe picked Daniel Bryan, you heartless animal.
I didn't think we would get all 3, and we
That
ended up
was
getting all 3.
That was the one that was most likely gonna happen. Becky was a triple threat, and Brock is Brock. This Kofi storyline had to end this way.
The only reason that I thought maybe is because when they came out, they were midway through the show, and there was a lot of stuff that still came up that would have made the fans happy to offset.
You are so
Kofi losing.
You're sick, you know that.
But he is right, though, with that.
Because you
So
still had-
many
you still had
faces
Demon-
won.
You still had Demon Balor coming up.
You
You still
can't-
had the Elias segment.
You can't
still had
have
Becky Lynch.
Kofi lose. Look what happened to Booker T. You can't do this again.
It felt like, okay, like if they do this and everyone gets pissed, there's still enough stuff that comes up after this that people are gonna like.
People wanted this. I mean, you could see it from the show. Kofi got the biggest spot of the night, and it was the best storyline. It was Kofi. Kofi was it. It had to happen. You were a sick animal.
Joe, I'm going to ask you, are you upset that you lost because of the... Are you upset that you lost the belt?
Yeah.
Or are you just upset that Kofi lost?
Think
And
hard
that
about it.
Kofi won, you mean?
That Kofi won.
Right.
I'm more upset that I lost the belt.
Okay. But how did you feel about the match?
Oh no, I thought the match was great, and I thought in the end, I'm like, if I have to lose it, this is the way I have to lose it. Like if Braun Strowman had lost the Battle Royal, then I would have been pissed. Especially because Jared talked to me.
I thought it was a fantastic
welcome.
match. Storyline was beautiful. The in-ring psychology was amazing between
if
Kofi
there was
and
if
Daniel.
there was a hill I had to die on, I was fine with it being Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Yeah. So overall, just to recap Mania, I think the winners were right, give or take. I think it was pay-per-view was too long. I
Yes.
think the matches themselves were not too bad.
I don't think there was anything on this show that was objectively awful.
I don't know that triple. It's just really
Objectively.
disappointing.
Like I mean, just
I might
pure
just, I might,
Right,
I'm
the
gonna
triple
rewatch that triple threat without the 7 hours preceding it, just to see how I
The
feel.
triple threat was a
Yeah, but you're
letdown.
so biased with Becky. Once you see
No,
Becky win,
I'm looking at it objectively.
All right,
I already
all
know
right.
she's gonna win, so now I get to look at the
Fair-
match.
Fair enough.
Honestly,
Fair enough.
Like Bleacher Report gave it a great grade. You and Jimmy were like decently big fans of it. If Dave Meltzer gave that like 4.5 stars, I'm like, all right, now I gotta go back and watch this match because apparently I missed something.
Right. So it
The
was.
triple threat was a letdown, but I don't think there was anything on this show that was like, there's like, wow, that was just bad. Maybe Triple H Batista was like the closest thing to just an
That
objectively
was
bad
probably the
match.
worst. That was probably the worst match of the pay-per-view.
And it was the longest match of the pay-per-view. Correlation.
Yeah, that was definitely the
All
worst
right.
match.
Do we even want to get into TakeOver, or do we want to get to Superstar Shakeups?
I want to get into TakeOver.
We are at an hour already.
That's not my problem.
Didn't you and Jimmy kind of get into TakeOver last week?
A little bit, but now I watched it, so now I could really get into
How do
it.
you not watch it? My
I will.
God.
All right.
See,
Can we take a quick commercial and then we'll get into it?
I just say the thing
Sure.
that boggled my mind is when you put in the chat, this is the first TakeOver I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
It is. It was. I haven't had the network in a while, and you
Neither
know.
do I. I figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he steals my network.
Damn right I do.
All right. So we're gonna do this really quick.
If one day I'm called up to the big house, if I'm called, they'll have a funeral. I want you to bury me face down. And then all of my critics can kiss my ass.
Joe, stop dancing. We're back. Joe, stop it. All right, so we're just going to quickly go into a couple things before we get into TakeOver and the Superstar Shakeup coming up. A lot of injuries.
Yeah. Tons of injuries.
Nia blew out both of her ACLs.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
she
thinking-
carried the division at one point.
Well,
This is Jared,
CJ.
high road.
CJ,
High road.
come on, CJ. You can't just
High
say that
road.
and expect me not to.
Let's be a good person for once.
All right, I'm gonna let that go, but don't. Better watch what you say here.
When we go off the air, you can be as awful as a person as you want.
Okay.
Well, it sucks when someone gets injured, especially after carrying Tamina for a while.
I know she was such a big part of the women's division. Jared,
Come on, guys. You're killing me here.
I wonder if Becky's face has gotten stronger since that punch, because the lazy one didn't really seem to affect
Yeah,
her.
she had to put reinforced steel. That's how Ronda broke her hand.
Yes, Ronda broke her hand. She's out for a bit. Big E
Torn his meniscus.
Yes,
Probably
and
gyrating on SmackDown Live.
I thought it was from his splits.
No, I think it was from the
Crossbody, right?
Yeah, it was from the crossbody. Daniel Bryan's hurt. As well.
Allegedly, we don't know. But
No, what I hear is he's hurt. We just don't know what the injury actually is.
Styles
Same
is
with
a little
the-
beat up.
Same with
is
Styles.
also hurt.
This is the best time for them to be injured.
Exactly.
Especially Nia.
All right. Daniel Bryan just lost, so it would be fine for him to take time off.
Take a
AJ
break.
Styles is older. He already has a new contract, which gives him
You
a
don't
little more
really
time.
need. You only have a feud that's like he needs to jump.
It's a good
to
time
jump
for,
into.
for him to take off.
We knew
Kofi-
Ronda was leaving.
Ronda's leaving. Kofi has the belt, so it's a decent time for Big E to take some time off. This is all. It's just crazy. I mean, the preview is so big. You're leaving your life on the line, and a lot of injuries came
Yeah,
up.
Big E can rest up until he turns heel on Kofi at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that would be so awful. But moving
No,
on.
he's gonna turn heel.
No, he's not. There's so much merchandise. CJ's wearing one right now.
Yeah, so Kofi and Xavier can still peddle the merchandise.
Right.
Supposed to be like a rip in peace New Day type thing,
Oh my god. So yeah, so that's as far as the injuries. Hope they all rest up. Hope they all get better. This is definitely the best time for all of them to
Yes.
to be out.
Especially with the hard reset that they did. It's going to be... It's a good time.
There's so
they
much
can
focus
come back
now on
over...
the shake-up too.
Yes. TakeOver was fantastic.
Yes.
This is the first time I've seen War Raiders. It's been a very long time.
Shame on
I
you.
think the last time I saw
Blasphemy.
last time I saw full TakeOver was probably last year.
What is wrong with you?
I haven't had the network, and
You find it.
You find it.
I
you
know.
Son of a
If you can find quality porn, you can find NXT TakeOver.
Seriously though.
I'm happy I got it back though. I'm happy. I'm gonna go back to watching NXT again and stuff after this hard reset.
You freaking better.
Yes. War Raiders. Aleister Black Ricochet was amazing. I love War Raiders. I instantly became a fan just because I'm watching them. They come out and I'm like, this is a cool entrance. They just go, war, war, war. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, welcome to the party, you dick.
I'm a little late, guys.
A little. Oh my god.
Most of the roster looks a little bit different than last time you watched.
It really does.
I mean,
Well, Undisputed Era was still there. And Gargano.
All right, so yeah,
And
then
Ciampa, kind of.
so quickly, just Velvet Team Dream Riddle was very good.
Shayna Baszler was still there.
Shayna Baszler retained.
That was actually a great match. I liked more the Sky Pirates involvement of it because they were so entertaining.
Yeah, and I do kind of like Shayna winning in the sense that it's just she keeps the heel heat. She didn't even need any interference.
Win that she got, just destroying all three of them like Asuka used to.
It's still not terrible.
I want to see Shayna versus Asuka on the main roster.
That would be good. Submission specialist.
Honestly, I think it looks like now Candice LeRae is gonna be the one that takes it off.
I'd be okay with Candice
Candice
LeRae
is
taking it.
really good. I mean, she just was in a match. I forgot who she faced.
Aaliyah versus Vanessa with Vanessa Born in the corner.
Yeah, and she had some amazing spots in it. She couldn't go. Candice LeRae is really good. Walter P. Dunn was outstanding.
4.75 from
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It
was really good. I can't wait to
I
see
would
what Walter
fight.
does.
Yes, it
And to
was.
hear Pete Dunne after the match be like, "This feud isn't like this isn't over." Like, oh my god!
And then
it's gonna
William
happen
Regal just
again.
walks up and gives him a nod. I'm like, okay,
So,
do it again.
but
Do
there's
it again. I wasn't looking.
but there's a match that just has to be given its due, and that's Adam Cole against
And
Johnny
that's
Gargano.
Zack
No, wait.
Ryder.
No. Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle, underrated. I thought that was a really great match.
Depends who's rating it. I thought it was properly rated. It was great.
I
I thought it was like a low-key show stealer, too.
I thought it was very close to being a double turn.
Yeah. And then they did the bro
but
fist.
then they did the bro fist, and it all worked out.
I thought it was great, though, because I loved... First off, Velveteen Dream's amazing. His entrance is phenomenal. Like, I cannot wait for him to get up to the main roster and see his WrestleMania... entrance.
And then Vince buries him.
Vince better not bury the Dream.
Gonna bury them all.
He's
Get
gonna
over
bury
it.
Johnny Gargano too. Enjoy him as NXT champion.
Keep
while
them
you got
all in
it.
NXT. Send Ricochet and Aleister back down there.
Yeah.
Aleister Black's entrance at Mania was
It was okay.
I will end your life.
best entrance in WWE right now.
It was okay.
Oh my god.
Velveteen had a better entrance.
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't know. Statue of Liberty was cool.
That was really cool. It was like, and then you just see him going like all the.
Aleister Black comes out of the floor.
He does. It's true. I like Ricochet's too. One and only.
That one's really cool.
One and only.
Does he come out of the floor with candles? No, he doesn't.
He does not.
So Undertaker did it better.
Is he a Dutch destroyer?
I mean, no.
Okay.
There's probably other Dutch destroyers. Ricochet's the one and only Ricochet.
There's no other Dutch destroyer in WWE.
There's no other Ricochet.
There's no other Dutch wrestlers in WWE.
There
You
is
can't
no
be.
Exactly.
There's no other Rusev. Jimmy. You're welcome. Got it.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
All right. Can we get to it now? I think we need to get to it
Fine.
now.
But I want to bury Rusev.
No, we're not doing that. Adam Cole,
Baby.
Gargano, 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Championship.
First ever NXT Triple Crown winner was crowned.
Dave Meltzer gave his best WWE rating 5.5 stars. First time ever.
Does this make
WWE
Johnny
match.
Gargano the greatest wrestler to ever step foot in WWE?
He's probably-
According to Dave Meltzer.
I don't know.
He's up
about
there as best
that.
wrestler in the world right now.
He's right. I would. Yeah. I mean,
But like, look at his. Granted, draw power, no, but best in-ring performer.
he might be. I don't know ever, but he might be. He's
He is this generation's Shawn Michaels.
He is.
Him, Styles, and Ricochet. The 3 of them are just outstanding. And when
And
there's
Randy Orton.
and when we get
And Kofi Kingston.
and when oh god and when we
And
get
Harper and Rowan.
guys. Blood punch, my god!
And Killian Dane.
All right, I'm just gonna wait until you guys are done.
And the Bray Wyatt hand puppet.
Any more?
And Becky Lynch.
Okay,
No, I think we're good.
you sure?
And Brock Lesnar.
Okay, we're not done.
Swoggle.
Not Aleister Black, though.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
We good?
We're good.
We good? We all gonna behave here?
Yeah, because I am trying to build to the Michael Cole versus Pat McAfee match at WrestleMania next year.
Wow, that's just. Hey, hey! Jackasses got muted. Moving on, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, 5.5 stars. Probably, I don't care. I probably like. It was one of the greatest WWE matches I've ever seen. It was.
They shot their Lord for match of the year, and it's only April.
Yeah, I don't know how you top that at all. I don't know what gets better than that.
And then Ciampa comes out at the end and
That was
sells
great.
Gargano in the neck
so
brace.
good. And Gargano he kicked out.
The
so
best
many
part about
times.
this match is that I was watching it. I knew who was gonna win
See, I didn't.
watched. No, well, I watched it afterwards, after the fact.
Bastard. Blasphemy.
They were so great, I forgot who was going to win for a second. The amount of times Adam Cole had Johnny Gargano down for the 3 count and didn't. I was like, holy shit, he still didn't win?
Yeah, there were so many times where I'm like, someone's going to come out and even the odds, but nobody did.
And he just won, and it was
Unbelievable.
amazing,
Unbelievable.
and beautiful. And for me personally, and I was talking to CJ about this because I've only gotten into WWE for the past like 4 or 5 years, and when I talk about my favorite,
and you say I'm late to the party.
when I talk about my favorite match, you know, there's so many great matches that I've seen, but I know the winner, and that influenced me. That obviously influences me so much. So for me, this is my favorite match. Because I didn't know who was going to win. You know, you could talk about Undertaker Michaels. It was so good,
Well,
but obviously
I
knew.
watched that live.
Right, exactly. That's my point. And I'm not saying that's you know what I mean. Like there's probably better, but
I'm going to have to fight you in the parking lot. That's different.
for me, I don't think that's necessary because I'm telling you, there's probably better. But for me personally, for someone who's recently gotten into it, when I don't know who's going to win,
It does add to the match.
my God.
Well, that's why I'm putting
and
him-
it's a hell of a one to pick because it's Dave Meltzer's favorite.
That's why I put Kofi and Daniel Bryan up there as one of my top favorite matches too. Because
Yeah.
watching that live, I didn't know who was going to win, and it was so fantastic.
Yeah.
And I can understand that, and I do agree that was probably one of the greatest matches of this past generation.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So I was
great
It
match.
was unbelievable. Anyone listening, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's great.
Yes.
Even if people aren't that big in wrestling, this is one of those kind of spellbinding matches where even if you're not big into WWE, you're not big into wrestling, you're just going to appreciate it. I feel.
This match proves, like, even though Gargano put on pretty much a 5-star match with Ricochet, it proves that Gargano just has to be a babyface.
And I think it proves that Adam Cole can certainly do. You know, sometimes he.
You know what's
doesn't-
crazy about it though? Everyone was cheering Adam Cole.
It was very split. It
No,
was very-
not at first. Johnny Gargano was getting booed during the introductions.
I don't remember that. I feel like they were both just loved. Honestly, I don't. Even
Halfway
remember
through the
beginning.
match, it started becoming 50-50. But like,
I think Adam Cole is the one person on the NXT roster that I have faith would have a good run in WWE.
yes.
Yeah.
Because of his pure natural, like, he has like that edge type charisma to
Yes,
him.
he has so much charisma in his character. It's just he reminds me so much of Edge, so much of Edge.
Edge is a much better comparison than Shawn Michaels, in my opinion.
Gargano is Michaels, Cole is Edge.
Yes, I can 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So that's was Takeover, and we're gonna get another one. We'll see.
Yes. Quickly, you want to go into the shakeup or no?
Well, I mean, we could just quickly give some.
We
big
saw
predictions
some
here.
people go back and forth. We saw the bar on Raw.
Oh my God, that Raw main event pissed me off so much.
It did to me as well.
Nah, see, like
The bait
already
and
got
switch
so
was
much
so bad.
But we got so much. You guys are such greedy bastards.
It's not that I wanted the winner take all. It's like you.
I wanted winner take
put
Undertaker, Lars, for the love of God.
Oh, yeah,
You
Lars
put-
came back.
you
Yeah, I know. It's the point. You greedy fucks.
You put the cupcake in front of me that I didn't even know you had, and then you took it away from me. Like, what would you do that for?
You would reference cupcakes, Joe.
But why would you do that? Like,
I want a
Get
cupcake.
over it.
it's like I didn't want the cupcake, but now that it's in front of me, I'll take it. No, you're gonna take it away.
We
now.
got
Great.
the Undertaker. My God, what would you have rather? Undisputed comes out. Or
Undisputed
Undertaker
Era.
comes out.
I don't know, man.
Undisputed Era over the bar.
I'm not asking you about the bar. I'm asking you about the Undertaker.
Jared, you have been the bar's biggest critic for the past 5 months. Why are you defending them now?
Because we got the Undertaker.
you could have gotten Undertaker and Undisputed Era.
But you get what you get, and you don't get upset. Or you're gonna watch next week.
You were
are.
just complaining about the triple threat. We got what we got. We shouldn't get upset.
I'm
you
not
cannot.
saying it's good. I'm saying that we shouldn't call Raw bad.
Oh no, I'm not saying
because
Raw
of
was
this.
bad.
We're
I'm
saying
just-
the main event.
I'm saying that bait and switch just pissed me off.
Well, yes and no, because I didn't want there to be unification. I didn't want.
Oh no, I didn't want a
lose it.
unification. I wanted the Undisputed Era to come in and crack some skulls.
I wanted.
Yeah, of course, me
unification.
too. But why do you want a unification?
Kofi 2 belts.
Oh my God!
And all
Kofi
serious-
wasn't winning. Kofi wasn't beating Seth.
In all seriousness, though, I would have liked to have. I like the concept of one. I'm very old school. I like the concept of one world title, one mid card title, women's title, and then tag belts.
Yeah.
That's why I love NXT so much. It's such a throwback.
But it's smaller.
I know. That's why I love the smaller
And
companies.
now we're seeing what we're doing with Undisputed Era because, spoiler alert again, Roderick Strong and Adam Cole are starting to become at odds, and Undisputed Era might break up a little bit. So that's very
Aw.
interesting. That's very well, not just. I think Roderick may possibly go. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see what they do here. There were two things that Undisputed Era has never done: have Adam Cole get the belt or break up. So Here we
Well,
are.
you know, we could always have Roderick Strong join the 4 Horsewomen.
What?
Don't engage. Don't engage. Adam Cole could become a. Would he technically become a Triple Crown?
He would, because
Yeah.
he defended the NXT Tag Team belts last in New Orleans.
Right when O'Reilly when
Yeah,
Kyle O'Reilly
the
was
winner
hurt.
of Gargano Cole was going to be a Triple Crown.
Yes, and that was the crazy part too.
So bold predictions for the shakeup. I mean,
I think Usos go to
Well,
Raw.
let's go into other ones too. Drew McIntyre was on SmackDown. Braun Strowman was also on SmackDown.
I think Drew's most certainly staying on Raw. I think he's facing Rollins for the belt. I think
I'm going to say Braun
Strowman.
Strowman to SmackDown.
to face Samoa Joe.
See, that would be
That would be
interesting.
really good.
Where is Lars Sullivan?
I think you put him on Raw to replace the void left by Braun Strowman.
Could be.
I
Could
would
do
say
that.
I think the
Lars
Usos
goes
go to
to-
Raw.
I think Braun should
Revival goes to SmackDown.
definitely- I think Revival should go to SmackDown
I
if
think
they
Rude
give a
and
shit
Gable are
enough.
going to SmackDown.
Rude and Gable. I think they're going to split them up. I would say split them up. I would say put Gable back on SmackDown and put Rude on Raw.
And
Yeah.
try and revive Jason Jordan's neck for one more American
Pretty
Alpha
much.
run.
Yeah, right.
I don't think the women matter, but if
Oh,
anything,
wow. Okay.
I don't think it matters. I really don't.
Oh my God!
I think
2019.
I think what CJ means is
Jeez.
It
that
doesn't matter where they go. It doesn't
because
matter.
God.
Becky holds both belts.
It does. Yeah. If anything, the only thing I could think of is that
So is
Sasha goes to SmackDown, Charlotte goes to Raw. That's the only thing I could
so
think of.
is
Everyone else has not been booked to the standard where we would actually care where they go, and that's upsetting.
is Becky defending both belts against Lacey, or is she?
I
gonna pick
don't
one?
know. That's
I
what's
don't
also
know.
confusing me too.
So I
because
think,
if they,
what might
But
hap-
we'll see. You know.
Because if Lacey gets put on one brand, then they might just have Charlotte defend one belt. Make Becky pull double duty.
no,
CJ,
I'd be okay.
Let's do that.
I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them doing unifying the belts. But the thing is, I don't think it'll matter with the women which brand they go on if there's only going to be one belt. That's the truth of it.
Well, they might keep it 2 belts.
If they keep it 2 belts and split it up, then it's going to matter. But as of right now, it doesn't because they're both going to be versing Becky.
Make Lacey destroy Becky, and then have Asuka just come and pick the scraps and get her goddamn title back.
The only one I care about, Sasha should go to SmackDown, Charlotte should go to Raw, Nikki Cross should go to SmackDown,
Plus,
Lacey should go to Raw.
And I feel like it doesn't matter what happens with Sasha and Bayley if they stay together, because the titles are defended against all 3 brands anyway. So Bayley and Sasha could still team up,
They
even
could.
if they get split up in the brand split.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we won't know what brand Sasha's on for the next month because she went wee all the way home.
AJ should go to Raw.
No. He's
SmackDown
in a
needs
house
star
that
power.
AJ Styles built. You can't. No, that one. That one.
SmackDown needs his star power.
For the love of God, you keep Styles on SmackDown.
But I think Braun can replace AJ.
Oh my God, no.
Where does Sami Zayn end up? Does he stay on Raw, or do they put him and Owens back
I
together
think
on SmackDown?
no,
Throw
put
him at-
Sammy on Raw.
Really?
I
would
say
with
keep
Owens.
Kevin. I keep them apart.
Owens hit a stunner on him when SmackDown went off the air.
That's great.
Yeah.
But I think Kevin Owens needs to stay on.
Can we put Kevin Owens in a real feud, please?
You could put him with Cole. I don't know.
Because no, he's a face now.
Yeah,
You put him in the ring with Rusev. And have him
I
bury
say put him
Rusev.
with Samoa Joe.
Poor Rusev.
Well, it looks like Braun Strowman's getting
Yeah.
that spot.
Um,
I would love this. Kevin Owens has just got to get a good feud here. Kevin Owens versus Andrade.
There's a lot you could put Kevin Owens with.
Andrade might go to Raw, actually.
Yeah.
oh yeah, with Charlotte. Yeah,
Ooh. All 4 of them, Becky, Charlotte, Seth, and Andrade all on Raw. Get that mixed tag team match going.
Good Lord.
Or it's a tag team match, Charlotte and Becky versus Andrade and Seth.
Oh God.
I don't know though. I think it's very difficult to find it because it's so fluid right now, the brands, and it's very difficult because they haven't really separated it in the
Well,
past.
I think that's
couple
why they did it, especially this week, because they want to be like, oh, who's going to go where?
No, but even in the past couple of months, it's been very fluid.
Well, it's also because it's been WrestleMania season. I
Yeah,
think,
so I don't know. And the fact that both belts are being held by one person with Becky and they're not unifying the belts also confuses me too.
Isn't
that
Backlash in like 3 weeks?
Huh?
Isn't Backlash in like 3 weeks?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank's in
Oh,
May.
that's what I
Backlash is in June.
Oh, yeah, another fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah, but Money in the Bank's awesome.
Yeah. Well, Backlash, that's actually on my birthday, so I should just get the
Wow,
belt by
that's
default.
that's a shame. That's a
Wouldn't you? I
shitty
feel like you'd rather have Money in the Bank on your back.
Backlash has been like the worst pay-per-view in WWE's
I know.
banner for the past few years.
I know. I had
I am
Money in
so
the Bank.
sorry.
It's okay.
You're going to get the greatest Royal Rumble of WWE pay-per-views.
Yeah. Wow, that is a bummer.
I know.
Like, oh,
kinda
look,
gift
it's
is
like,
that?
oh, the main event is
So if you
AJ
guys pity
Styles
me,
versus
then I should
Sami
just keep
Zayn.
the belt by default.
We do. Hence why you have it right now. Congratulations.
Yay, my belt.
Triple Threat 2K match.
I think we really can't see anything with the Superstar shakeup until after it happens. Just because it's been fluid in the past
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I'm sure there's a lot of things we're not even thinking of that are going to happen. So we'll see.
Kofi to Raw. Brock gets both champions.
Brock
SmackDown gets
Lesnar on
nothing.
SmackDown.
Mojo goes to NXT.
Brock Lesnar might as well be on SmackDown. He doesn't show up. He's not going to show up anyway.
Kurt Hawkins gets the pink slip.
After winning with the belt?
Yes.
Hey, not only did they win at Mania, Zack Ryder didn't lose it the next night on
They
Raw.
retained. Why did they retain?
Because God is good.
Revival's going to SmackDown.
It's all right. Once WWE leaves the New York area, they'll probably drop the titles.
Why did they retain, though? They had their moment. Give it to an actual tag team.
They are an actual tag team.
Oh, my God.
They are 2-time tag team champions, my brother.
2-time?
Yeah. 2011, they won the WWE tag team titles.
That's sad.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Hawkins and Ryder. Yes,
No,
they
they
did.
not in 2011. You dumb fuck.
It was around that time.
Kurt Hawkins wasn't even with the company in 2011.
All right, I think we're done here.
All right, 2009.
No, they weren't.
When
That
they
was
were-
Morrison and Miz.
When they were with Edge, they won the tag team title.
2008. You dumb fuck.
All right, I was close.
And that's. I'm gonna look that up now.
I'm gonna hit you with the Bludgeon Brothers mallet.
What mallet? They're all recycled.
And it was like December 2008, so it might as well have been 2009.
Man, those hammers were recycled. All right. Until next time, Audio Marks. Yeah. Peace. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Deezer, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, and the big three, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. Also, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and other content. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any comments, questions, or feedback.